Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? It's good to welcome you guys to my program today. How you guys doing again? Yes. Um, if today is your first time, please make sure that you subscribe. If you're watching us on Facebook, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and if you are watching us on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe. Okay, make sure you subscribe because then we can increase our visibility, especially now. Say the race don't they enter another level. Okay, today is a very funny, very funny program as far as I'm concerned. Okay, um, it is the premise upon today's video. That is the main thing that we're going to um, lean on in bringing you guys today's video is the video out there. There's a video out there about Tinubu. Because see, this madness has gotten to another level, has gotten to a very ridiculous level. And we're not going to sit back and just watch things happen. That's why we've decided that we're going to face them, fire for fire, as they say, and not give them a chance to keep being the ones that are writing the narrative, changing the narrative and telling us what is and what is not. No. I don't know if you guys have seen that video, but I'm going to share this video with you and then we will come back and talk about it. This is a period where everybody, the funny thing is, every crooked, wicked, criminal, thieving, barawo politician in Nigeria, they know very well that their time is up. They know absolutely very well that their time is up. They know that in 2022, there is a certain crop of people that should be piloting the affairs of the country. How do I know that they know? These people that we're talking about, this category of people, they don't use secondhand things. So, yes, Chris Wogu, thank you so much. Evelyn Lumeze, thank you. I see you guys. These people that I'm talking about, they don't use secondhand things at all. You see this criminal, corrupt, thieving set of politicians in Nigeria. They don't use they use brand new things, latest model. I've said this a lot of times on my show. When they want to buy a car, they buy the latest. In fact, this is 2022. A lot of them have already ordered the 2023 version of the cars that they're going to use. So they pretty much know how to use the latest things. The watch they have is the latest watch. Their phones, they're using iPhone 65 and Samsung Z200. They know. In their offices, go and check their offices. The strategic positions in their offices are held by very brilliant, hot-headed young people. Go and check it out. These people, they are the ones of them that are married to 2 or 3 or 4 wives. Go and check. The latest wife is not older than them. The latest wife is sometimes 1/3 of their own age. They know how to deal with new things. You know where I'm getting at. Oh, you don't believe me? Go and look at people like Ned Nwoko now. Go and look at Ned Nwoko. See when he's going to marry a new wife. Does he ever go to marry somebody that is old? he marries the new one. Look at all of them. Look at Atiku. Just look at the people that we're supposed to be taking example from. So they know that the people that should be handling the affairs of the country right now are people who have the ability, who have the strength, who have the intellect, who are digitally minded, but they will not want to give them a chance. Instead of giving them a chance, they have now resorted to claiming that they themselves are youth. So that is what brought me to the question that you see me ask. Before I play that video, that's why I'm asking that if Tinubu claims that he is a youth, then someone like Omoyele Sowore must be an old man. He must be an old man. And let me now show you where this thing originated from. Because if it's only me talking, you will say, Chidi, how do you know? I'm going to play this video for you. This is Tinubu that calls himself the Jagaban of Africa. Abi? Okay. Listen to him as he talks to his believers.
Please refuse. It's not just a gift. It's a no. I'm begging you. I'm begging you to tolerate and make this part of your master plan. You be there. And yet, I've been you. And I've been you.
Did you hear him say that? Did you hear him say that he's a youth? So let me go back and play that video. Then you will understand where we're coming from. I'm going to go back and play. Listen to him, then I'm coming back to analyze this youth. So this is the image, this is the definition of the Nigerian youth. Listen.
And I've been you. President, doctor. But you have to work for it. You have to demonstrate character and intelligence. Govern marriage. Nigeria will have a great resources, human, material, and peace. But to harness it, to become valuable and move from prosperity to failure, happiness, I answer. We have to play the politics of honor. Please refuse.
Okay, so we're going to come back and talk about this video. But just in case you don't know, just in case you're confused, that right there is the definition of youth. Kitty Rehanda, I don't know who is this one. Ella on YouTube, thank you so much. Obidiegwu, I greet you. In case you do not understand the definition of a youth, the Nigerian definition of a youth, there you go, right there before you. That is what Nigeria sees as a youth. You know, when they tell you people that Nigeria is zoological republic, that Nigeria is turned upside down, you don't understand. Look at the thinking of a human being. Look at the thing. Look at somebody who wants to be the ruler of Nigeria. Just look at him. And he says that he's a youth. These people are wicked. And the one that pains me most is that youths are allowing themselves to be insulted to this level. Somebody looks at you with all your energy, with all your education, with everything you are, and that person says that you are not what you know you are, that you are like him, looks at his ailings. This is somebody who is on his way to his grave. He has done every plastic surgery that he can do. You see, there are things that you cannot plastic surgery. You can't do plastic surgery on your age. No. He removed 10 years from his official age. Remember, he removed 10 age from his official age. So he's even older than his official age. But let's even assume that that was his age. He removed 10 years out of it. And outside that, someone said, I can't understand what he's saying. It is not clear. He said that he is a youth, but that is not even the point there. This guy is a walking corpse. Remember all the times that he fell. Remember when he peed on himself. Those people, you see, one thing is that we have a very poor memory. We forget so soon. This is how they started doing with Buhari. Buhari couldn't talk. Buhari fell down. And yet, it was okay to keep pushing him and pushing him until he was hoisted on Nigerians. And see where that country is today. This guy is a walking corpse. This guy has Parkinson's disease. Don't get us wrong, go. We are not saying that, we're not trying to yap somebody who is sick. God forbid. I'm not God. Everybody gets sick. I get sick too. But the one that is annoying is when you know that you don't have the capability and you will not let somebody who has the capability to do that job, then you become like a stupid, wicked crab in a bucket. You know, crab in a bucket. That's what you become. Or a dog in a manger. The manger is not meant for the dog. It's meant for a baby. But the dog will go and sleep inside that manger. So the baby will not stay there. That's what Tinubu is, just a dog in a manger. Somebody that is sick. You don't believe that Tinubu is sick because these videos, when we analyze it, the people that you know they support them, they come after you, they start attacking you. They say what you're saying is, watch this same video, go and say that Dr. Chid, you say that I told you. They are going to analyze this video and say that we are lying, that what we say happened to Tinubu did not happen to him. So let me go back and play. Watch this man's hand and tell me whether this person does not have Parkinson syndrome. Just watch him. What this time around, don't focus on his face. Let's focus on his hand. Watch.
It's not just a gift. He said, no. I'm begging you.
Look at when he coughs. This man coughed like somebody who is dead. And see, when he coughs, watch those people around him. Watch those people around him who are guarding him. Watch their reaction. From the military man or the policeman to his right, to that other guy wearing a black cap on his left, and the man wearing suit. Watch their facial reactions. They know something that you and I do not know. Not to talk about the man who is standing behind him. That one is, I don't know what he's dealing with, because there's something that he's perceiving. There's an order that he's perceiving is making him so uncomfortable. What you see, we analyze things more than maybe other people can analyze. Watch when this man coughs. Just watch.
Begging you.
Watch his hand. Watch how his hand is shaking. He couldn't even cover his mouth very well. Watch that shaking hand. And look at his face. Look. This is a sick person coughing. Then watch his hand immediately he finishes that coughing and he lowers that his left hand. Watch that left hand. Look at him trying so hard to stop that hand from shaking. Look, just watch.
Part of your master. You be there. And
watch that hand again.
You be there. And
watch that guy wearing a black cap. You don't watch the entire. Now shift your attention to the guy wearing a black cap. These are his handlers. These are the people who package them. They are packagers. You know, these people, they buy packagers. People who package them very, very well. Watch that guy on a black cap and see how that guy is. When he saw the reaction, the guy just finished. So I'm just telling you what I'll be telling you what part to watch and who to watch in the video. So let's go back now. This time around, observe that guy in a black cap behind him. The guy said, "Hi, oh God, don't mess up. Oh, look at him scratching his head. You know that trouble don't come." Look at the man too. Look at the police guy. Now shift your attention to the police guy on his right. See, as the police guy, they look at him, they analyze. So look at the police guy and the man in a black cap and see.
Yeah.
You see, when he now said that he's a youth, I'm a youth. Just look at the person saying that he's a youth. Look at his face, analyze him. This is somebody that says he's a youth. I know he was joking, but look at him.
And I'm a youth.
Just look at like somebody who is drunk. Isn't that an insult to youth? Can you imagine? Look at his face. Look at somebody that wants to be a president and says he's a young, he's a youth. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, somebody said this man may not make it through the campaign. It's not even about him making it. It is the fact that there are people who are propping him up, propping this guy up. There are people who are actually, or someone say, okay, the guy wearing the black cap is his son. Oh, is his no wonder. It's a youth leader. Oh, okay. It's a youth leader. Okay. Make you see him not the son. What is so appalling? Is the fact that this very guy, is being supported by some young people. I'm going to show you something that you will not believe. You know, every time you hear Tokwe Faswa, when we begin to say, people like this, we don't trust them, some of you people will say, Chidi, why are you talking like that? Go and advise Showure to go and support this kind of people. Go and tell Showure to support this kind of people. Can you imagine? You know all those people that came and ran for presidential candidate, this, that, And now we are not seeing any of them. You know why? Do you know why? Okay, now, don't worry. I will tell you why. I'll tell you what they have been up to. See all those people that came out and then all of a sudden we didn't see them and you're wondering what they're up to. Okay, let me show you those people now. Well, it's not like they didn't disappear. They were up to something, but see what they're up to. It's good that you know. Because when you know, you understand. You remember Tokpe Fashua? Everybody said it's good. Tokpe Fashua is good. He's the right person. Look at what Tokpe Fashua said. For 2023, Tinubu is a worthy person to support. Can you imagine? And these are the people that we were saying they are like, the young people. I don't even want the picture of Tinubu that he's talking about. We need to look at the picture of Tokpe Fashua himself. Anyway, they posted it without his picture. But I'm going to go back and show you his tweets and hear what people are telling him. It's good for you to hear what people are telling him. You turn around and you say that somebody like Tinubu is in fact good for presidency, and you call yourself a young man. Look at it. Look at Tokpe Fashua, presidential candidate in the last election, who is supposed to be protecting the interests of young people. Look at what he says. Is that not a shame? But look at the replies people are telling him. Sowore is the right and only man that can pull us out of this pit that Tinubu them have driven us into. Tinubu should go and rest. And Larry Oba said, let him continue to say rubbish for whatever reason. Another person says, whoa, Omoyele Sowore remains my hero. Time like this, when Nigeria is on crossroad, we need more younger, intelligent, and above all, a compassionate leader who can redeem Nigeria from those who have embezzled from Nigeria treasury. We cannot continue like this. And somebody says, is worthy person to rule over him and his family. That Tokpe Fashua is just a worthy person to rule over he himself, Tokpe and his family. But of course, there are people like this, Jerome Marcel Adenia. Says, sir, this is the way it works. Just tell us your own person you think is more suitable. Tokpe Fashua has only expressed his own position. We expect your own too, and not insult. After all, Nigeria will be elected 2023. Tell us and make noise for the person you believe. Let me go and check out this Jerome Massa. You know, when people talk like this, I go back and look at who they are, because when you're reasoning like this, I want to say CEO, blah, 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 blah. The member of join Kazim News and get paid to read news, share sponsor, blah, blah, blah. Aisha Buhari seeks funding to fight gender-based violence. You don't see I'm an APC person. See the kind of thing that he's featuring. That's how you know them. So when you see people talk like this, go back and see what they've been tweeting. You get to know. They promised to rebuild Iraq after the war. They promised, but Nigeria never promised to build Ebola. You see that kind of person. See Senator Shehu Sani, you know him, says that they promised to rebuild Iraq after the war. They promised to rebuild Afghanistan after the war. They promised to rebuild Libya after the war. They are promising to rebuild Ukraine after the war. Somebody says, Maazi Okoro said, Nigeria promised to rebuild Igbo land after the war. What happened to the promise? This Jerome that is supporting Tinubu, look at what he said. He says, Nigeria never promised to build Igbo land after the war. You don't need to manufacture lies to make a strong statement. Learning to speak the truth is a virtue any day, brother. Happy Sunday. So there you go. It's a write-off. It's not worth our time. So you see how you do. You see, before you begin to analyze what somebody is saying, go and look at that person. Go and see what that person is saying. You see, this kind of person does not deserve your time. That's why I had to go and look him up. So back to Tinubu. The same Tinubu that has committed all manner of atrocities is the one He's not even decent enough to tell you where he is from. Like this, first of all, he showed us a fake certificate. Showed us a fake certificate when it started. Then one of my friends posted, he says, as someone contesting the public office, he should show us his tax clearance and his clean bill of health. Very, very important. This is the same person who his right-hand man, greatest ally, is Oluomo and the National Union of Road Transport Workers. You know, those people they are just a mafia, a group of touts. They are collecting money for him. This guy, what he has, someone says the business dealings with Lagos are the more conflict of interest. How come he's 69 when his daughter is 60? What are his achievements in Lagos? If you want to begin to talk about Tinubu, you have to go back and see what this guy did in UK. His activities in UK and even in the US. Oh God. It's crazy. It is crazy. Anyway, simple and short, I came here to announce to you guys that when we are at crossroads like this, when the political space is occupied by people who are non-entities, and I say this without reservation, people who do not qualify to be mentioned when credibility is the topic of the day, when they have occupied the political space, when they are polluting everywhere, when they are defecating all over the political airspace, then people begin to yearn for a breath of fresh air. People begin to ask, where are all those people who can rescue us from this dilemma we find ourselves? And I couldn't tell you how very excited I was when I learned that Omoyele Sowore is going to be announcing his desire to run for election. And that was why I was asking that if Tinubu is a youth, then someone like Sowore is an old man now. I mean, what do you expect? Sowore is people like Sowore and are old men. He's just an old man. Since Tinubu is the standard for a young person, then Sowore is an old man. Very, very old man. That's what Sowore is. Since Tinubu is a young person. But come 2023, if the election holds, so I've explained this 1,000,001 times. If the election holds, I am so excited that Omoyele Sowore is deciding to make a pronouncement. He has not made the pronouncement yet. He has not made the pronouncement at all. But I am excited that at least when we are going to be discussing these things, we're going to be talking about who do we stand a chance with, that when we look in that political space, at least we have somebody that we can, we can put our hope on. We can say, you know what, we are betting with this person. Omoyele Sowore. That's what I just came to introduce to you guys today. Immediately this happens, you just watch. Things are going to be much, much different. And when I say much, much different, you'll be able to at least have something like, something interesting, something that somebody can breathe. You can see and say, okay, you know what, at least make we take this one whole body. You know how when you come to somebody and they say, oh boy, just take this one whole body. That's what's gonna be happening. So come next week, we're already in this week. Omoyele Sowore said that he will be declaring to run for election. And a lot of you are saying, how is he going to run for election when he is being held in in uh, in Abuja? I like that. I like that. I cannot tell you that I don't know, because as somebody who is close to happenings, as somebody who is very, very close to the action, I know what I'm telling you. You know, these people, they've come and they've rewritten our story. They have someone like Sunday Igboho locked up in Benin Republic after NSAS. Nothing had shaken them like NSAS. When NSAS was around, they used the same hoodlums that you saw wielding cutlass and knife and everything to kill Sowore. The same hoodlums, they used them to say that Sowore came to hijack the NSAS, and they wanted to scare people like Sowore, who they know that if they were there, it would be difficult for them to dismantle NSAS. And they continued to pursue him from that time. But no, it never worked out. It never worked out. And so they're going to be very, very shocked. Very, very shocked at the way things are going to happen. Even in the present times, Sowore was in court the other day. If you have been following events, he was in court. Immediately after court, they arrested him. Arrested him like a petty thief. You knew where he was living. You know you have restricted him in Abuja. You're monitoring him to know if he will ever step out of Abuja. So he is not hiding. It's not difficult for you to know where he is, but you've been doing everything to intimidate him. You went and arrested him. They thought that after they had Sunday Igboho captured in Benin, and they had Nnamdi Kanu rendition back to Nigeria and is incarcerated in DSS prison, they want to just silence Sowore, and so they can have a field day. And that is why you see people like Tinubu spreading his wings like ostrich all over the place, talking anyhow. The same Tinubu that was running out of the country during NSAS. You see them now all over the place. When they arrested Sowore, guess where they took him? The same NSAS office, notorious abattoir station. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And let me warn those of you who are going to come and say, Chidi, you're supporting Sowore, you're supporting Sowore. Why are you not supporting Biafra? Why are you not supporting Nnamdi Kanu? I'll just say that some of you are very, very ignorant. Some of you are just entirely very ignorant. I don't know how you view things. When you see Omoyele Sowore with Nnamdi Kanu, in fact, you don't even know that it was the meeting between Omoyele Sowore and Nnamdi Kanu in New York that scared the Nigerian government so much. Remember that meeting. It was the meeting between Nnamdi Kanu and Omoyele Sowore in New York that made the government, immediately he came into Nigeria, they said, no, this guy has come to overthrow the government of Buhari, and they locked him up. Do you remember that? So there is no love lost between Nnamdi Kanu and Omoyele Sowore. No love lost at all. If anything, it is as solid as never before. But you need to understand, these people, you need to beat them at their game. They want to scare everybody. There's a picture I'm looking for. They want to scare everybody from even coming near them. They want to be the only ones talking. They want that when they are talking about Tinubu, there is nobody to challenge them. When you look at the airspace, when you look at, they're just talking about politicians, you don't see any of our people near. That is very, very wrong. That is very, very wrong. It is good for you to fight for self dependence and everything that Biafra stands for, and you know I stand for that, it is not against the law. As long as you are not doing anything against the law, it is within your right to fight for self-determination. Whether it be for Biafra or Oduduwa Republic, it is your right. And Sowore has supported that. But you see these people, the same very people that will never sit down to see you ask for referendum, you need to engage them. You can't run away from them. If you run away from them, you're just going to make the thing very, very easy for them. Remember all those times that we have boycotted election. What was the outcome? I mean, I'm not saying it to put anybody down, but you see, all the times we boycotted the election, it did not, you thought it will inflict injury on them and make them, get angry and say, okay, this election will not hold again. This was what I used for. I wanted to show you guys a picture of Nnamdi Kanu and Omoyele Sowore, but this was the picture I used when I did their last court date. This was what I used, but I wanted to show you, this was the picture they took during their last meeting in New York. So you have to understand, we are fighting this fight from several fronts. I don't know how you feel every time you turn on the TV. Tinubu did this, Tinubu did that, Tinubu, and all we keep saying is, no, Tinubu cannot do it. Tinubu can, but he's doing it. How dare he come? He's coming out. He will not have followers. Lie. He has followers. The followers are sharing money and they are having people follow them. Not be followers, follow people. They are distributing money. So you don't have to just sit back. They are like an infectious disease. Prevention is better than cure. If you allow this virus of Tinubu and so many of Atiku them, if you allow their virus to eat into our society, trust me, you will not even have people to preach Biafra to tomorrow. You will not even have people to preach Oduduwa Republic to. And you will say, Chidi, don't talk like that, because some of us get very sensitive. No. Don't get sensitive. Don't get that very personal. No. These people will never allow you to have a referendum. Never. Have you seen what they did to the electoral bill? Did you know that when one of my friends was breaking down that electoral bill in a WhatsApp group that I belong to, I didn't even see it. But these guys are very, very criminal. Very, very criminal. These guys, you need to match them power for power. I'll be waiting. I want to show you something, because some of us don't even get it, but I'm gonna show you so that you're gonna get it. Do you know that there's a mischief side? There are things they removed from the new bill, the new electoral bill, just to show you how wicked this political class are. And this will help us stop the infighting that we fight amongst ourselves. Fine. Go ahead, defend your own people. Fight for your own people. And you know me very well. I'm an unapologetic Igbo man any day, anytime, and I will fight for my people. I will support my people. But be very careful. These people, there's a bigger fight than that fight for our people. The people who are holding that thing that we need to be free, don't forget the fight against those people. Because till we defeat that fight, and you know those people, it's not just it's a hydra-headed dragon. The Nigerian government is not just the Nigerian government to everything you are fighting against the Nigerian government to get Biafra. You're not just fighting Nigerian government, you're fighting United UK. You're fighting France. You're fighting all the people that are, even US. You're fighting all of them. Because of the things they stand to gain from the corrupt government of Nigeria, they are not going to allow you to go free. Don't you understand? So we need to be interested in this big fight. Look, for example, what these politicians have done. Listen to me. It says, red alert. So that you're not just jumping up about the signing of the electoral bill. Beyond the most talked about Section 84, subsection 10 of the Electoral Act of 2022, which President Muhammad Buhari himself highlighted, the new Electoral Act 2022 comes with as much good innovations as it does with mischief. So yes, transmission of results electronically, everybody's jumping up, but be careful, reading between the lines. In a couple of days, this person was saying, I shall publish a full list of innovations and mischiefs, the mischiefs that were deleted from the old Electoral Act. Now, let me take you through one or two of them. On the mischief side of things, Section 31(5) of the Electoral Act of 2011, as amended, though, after the amendment, which there's a provision that enables a citizen can bring an action against any candidate who presents forged certificate. That section has been substituted with Section 29(5). So the former Section 35, subsection 5 of the Electoral Act of 2011, they have now substituted it with Section 29(5) of the Electoral Act 2022. Now, remember what I told you, that the Electoral Act of 2011, Section 31, subsection 5, makes a provision. It states that a citizen is able to bring an action. You can sue somebody, any candidate can be sued who presents forged certificate. That is why we were able to be suing Buhari. That's why we were able to be suing Tinubu and all of those people, because of the provision of that Electoral Act. 90% of all these old politicians, they all submit fake results, fake birth certificates, fake everything. See what they have collected. So imagine for yourself, how can all these people come together and submit this kind of thing? Not even one of them said, no, I don't agree. They all together agreed. What does it tell you? These guys belong together. They are a fraternity. They are the same tribe. They substituted it with, in the old act, the subject of the clause is any person. Any person is the bone of contention. Any person is any person. And now the Supreme Court had given its literary meaning of any person or every person. Supreme Court had already said that it is either any person or every person. So you and I, the ordinary Nigerian people, could challenge a politician who presented forged certificates in the old act. That way, a citizen who knows that a governor had submitted forged certificates, or that a candidate does not have a university certificate which he claims he has, like University of Toronto, and you're there, Tinubu, that person may go to court and he may seek that candidate disqualification. That was the law. But in the new act, listen very carefully, in the new act, that has been circumscribed. That means they don't change out. What is the reason? Instead of you having any person, they came and put any aspirant. Any aspirant, you think that is all the people who contested. No, listen, it gets very interesting. They now say that any aspirant who participated in the primaries of his political party, that is the same primary as the man who presented the forged certificates. Can you imagine? Can you imagine these wicked people? So if a governor gets elected and you found out that this governor had a forged certificate, for you to be able to take that governor to court, if na APC governor and you are PDP governor, you cannot even take that governor to court. If you are URC, KGB, or even AAC governor, you can candidate. You cannot take that governor to court. You must be, see, instead of calling it party, they say the same governor, the same aspirant who contested in the same primary. Abeg, tell me, does PDP hold joint primary with AAC? No, AAC will hold their own primary, PDP will hold their own primary, GDP, TGD, all the other things will hold their own primaries. But this law now is saying that, if it's just saying that you have to come from the same party in order to be able to complain about somebody having a certificate, submitting a forged certificate. Not only that, you need to have contested in the same primary. Isn't that mischievous? Is it not after primaries, every party will now call the aspirants and tell them to support the candidate of the party, and they now start working together? Are they not all the ones that worked for that candidate to win the election? How come you are now saying that they are the only ones that can challenge that certificate? You see the people you're dealing with. You see, sometimes, and that's why you don't see so many people in your channel sometimes, it's because we try to crack those hard bones. It's not just because of the money. It's because we see it as a job that we have owned up to do. It's not easy, but we will continue to try. We will talk and talk and talk and talk and have headache, explain. Still, some people tomorrow, they will carry themselves by their own self. Now they go drive themselves into mumu, and then they'll get burnt. And we're all back to square one. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. We're all going to come back to square one. You see, just this thing now that I showed you, this is what people who belong together, this is what they came and they are doing for each other. This is what they want to be passed. See that? See that? Now, thus, if you did not participate with that governor in the same primary, you cannot raise the issue of his presentation of false certificate or non-existence of a certificate. That way, they are limiting Nigerians from challenging presentation of false certificates. It is easier to settle a co-aspirant, of course now, to withdraw the suit than it is to settle ordinary Nigerians. They are merely protecting themselves with their forged certificate. Some governors on my mind. He's talking about Tinubu. That's what he's talking about. Let's take another section. Also, section 134, which is the new section that provides for the grounds for challenge of an election, has deliberately and mischievously been deleted. It mischievously deleted the most potent and less difficult to prove ground. Listen, the ground which says that where a person is lawfully nominated by a political party but unlawfully excluded from the election, that person could bring a petition. Did you hear that? Let me read again. Where a person has been lawfully, that's your party has lawfully, because you contested in their primaries, you were lawfully nominated, you bribed your way inside your political party thing, but then you were unlawfully excluded from the election, that person could bring a petition. Why should such a ground be deleted? You see that? In the coming days, you will observe situations where a political party with the strongest candidate for an election will not be represented on the ballot paper on that election day. And since it is not a ground for challenging an election, that candidate and their political party will be helpless because they will have no ground to challenge that election. You see that? You see that? Did you understand? Let me read again. If you have been lawfully nominated by a political party, but then you are unlawfully excluded from that election, you could bring a petition. You see that? You could bring a petition. But what they are saying here is that, what do you say? Why should such a ground be deleted? It's no longer in the new section. Now, in the coming days, you will observe situations where a political party with the strongest candidate for an election, they will not be represented on the ballot paper on election day. And since that is not a ground for you to challenge an election, that candidate and the political party, they will be helpless. They cannot have any ground to challenge that election because you were not lawfully elected. So if your party does not have a presidential candidate, you will not have any grounds to challenge whatever. And you know, towards the end, they always go and file lawsuits. I remember what happened during my own governorship campaign. Just 2 days to the election, the candidate for AAC, Ayogo, was kicked out by the court. He could go to court, although they waited till the dying minute to do it to him. He could have gone to court. But with this new rule, he couldn't even, somebody who didn't participate in any primary cannot even go and contest whatever happens. You have to have gone through primaries. So all these electoral things, no citizen can get up now and go and file a suit against the politicians. They are just wiggle themselves out of the whole thing. So once again, that is what you have them doing. Ademola said, fighting for Nigeria meant you are a lone warrior. No. Fighting for Nigeria doesn't mean you're a lone warrior at all. At all. Ella on YouTube says, Sowore is the only person that can redeem Nigeria. If only Nigerians can use this opportunity. You see, this is where I have a problem with some of our people. Imagine you have a car, okay? Your car needs to get you somewhere. It's your car. It's your car. Another man also has a car, okay? We're all using the road. And we need to get to somewhere. But there's one man. See, you are busy fighting for your car. Fine. The other person is busy fighting for their car. Fine. I don't have any problem with that. But then there is one man. There is one man who has surrounded the filling station. And you're going on a long journey. This journey you're preparing is very long. This man has blockaded the filling station. Is the person that is we're in a village. He's the man that owns the filling station in the village. And he has refused that any of you will come and take fuel from that filling station. Meanwhile, now everybody, all of you, including everybody that has a car, the people who are trekking, it's all of you that own that filling station. Now buy the filling station put there, but one man, one gangster with his guns and his gang and everything, they've surrounded that filling station. They say nobody can take fuel. But you are preparing to go for a journey. You are prepared. You know your car is ready. It's your own car. But not just that this man can't let you buy fuel for this journey. This man has gone to use bulldozer to cut the road into two. There's a big gouge, big gutter, ditch that cut the road across, front and back. The two ways of leaving the town, this man has cut it open. You can't even, on the left side is a hill, on the right side is deep blue sea. Where are you going to run to? Doesn't it make sense? Sometimes, I'm not saying you should agree with me, but doesn't it make sense that even as you are protecting your vehicle, that we look towards that man, because we need the fuel to travel to where we're going. It's very important to solve that issue of the fuel. It is also important because when we are able to dismantle this guy and disarm him, even that road that he blocked, because the reason why he dug that ditch and is because of these people holding guns and surrounding him. If you do not disarm those people, as long as they still have guns following this man and protecting this man, there is no plan that you have to leave that village that will work, because your car cannot run without fuel. That is how I see the case of Nigeria and every other freedom fighter. Don't always see that everybody who is talking something about Nigeria is one Nigeria. My own is, I can't even convince you anymore. I'm doing what I know is the right thing to do. Some of us will just wait. We are reactionaries. We wait. Today is this one that is raining. We run with it. We say, yes, yes, we praise it. We say, that's the best thing. Is good, good, good. Tomorrow, when it changes, we change again. Yemi Oluwa, I greet you. Good afternoon. Do you understand? We need to be where this thing is happening. Look at Soludo. When Soludo was going to contest, kept saying, no election in Anambra State, no election in Anambra State. At the end of the day, Soludo stood in for the election and he won. Let me repeat categorically now that there is no guarantee that there will be an election in 2023. No guarantee. In fact, what do you even have guarantee of? You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. Something must happen. With a more election in Abuja, something must happen. It can't be there forever. With Nnamdi Kanu in the same Abuja, locked up in DSS dungeon, something must happen. It cannot be there forever. With Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic, it cannot happen that they'll be there forever. Something must happen. So it is important that we think very wide. It's important that we leave our options open. Like I said again, I am so glad that Sowore says he's going to declare for president. But look at it very well, and you understand why you have to respect people like Sowore. Sowore cannot move out of Abuja. How is he going to campaign? And you see, that is not even deterring him. His case is in court. They keep adjourning it every day. By the way, I need to show you guys something. By the way, you know, they wanted to embarrass Sowore. They wanted to mess him up. So what did they do? They went and they said, there's a new petition against you from Ned Nwoko. That's why we had to arrest you. But it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense at all. They were just using it they're just trying to use it to just mess Sowore up. But notwithstanding, Sowore still went and went with them the first time. They handled him. They were rough. They took him there. They wanted him to sleep there. Ended up not sleeping. They asked him that he must report the next day to show them that he's not running. Sowore went back to the place to see them the next day. But when he went there, and I'm sure the Oga Patapata would have told them, are you guys stupid? See what arresting Sowore cost for them. Huge embarrassment. It was all over the world in seconds. All over the world. And the Ogas must have felt so embarrassed. By the time Sowore went there the next day, he went back to the police station with his 2 legs. They refused him to enter. That was just very funny. They said, Oga, carry your wahala, go. Sowore said, but you called me. I came here to answer now. You invited me. They said, no, Oga, you can't enter, you can't enter. They refused the person they invited from passing and entering inside the police station. That's to show you how crazy these guys are. But you know now, you don't. People say, let the sleeping lion, let it lie. Don't go and be pulling it by the tail. Now, trouble you dey find. They say person wey go dey swim for inside water, where crocodile dey, wetin e dey look for na trouble, and e go get am. So now, the talk say again, say trouble sleep, yanga go wake am. This na old English dictionary. I talk that one. Say trouble sleep, yanga go wake am. They don't go wake Sowore up. Sowore has answered Ned Regina Nwoko. Yes, let me just add, because you know say the man a woman rapper. This is the lawsuit that Sowore has filed against Nigeria Police, Inspector General of Police, Commissioner of Police, and Ned Nwoko. You think you can just, you see, these people, they think they can just do things anyhow. And you know, someone like Sowore, it doesn't really have to, you just say, I don't have time for these people. But I think it's about time we begin to follow them like this. So I like this. I like when I saw this. I like this. You see, this is the Federal High Court of Nigeria and Abuja Judicial Division holding at Abuja. In the matter of an application by Omoyele Sowore for the enforcement of his fundamental right to personal liberty and right to freedom of movement as guaranteed under sections 35, 1, and 41 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. See that? So he has filed a suit against the Inspector General of Police, Nigeria Police Force, Commissioner of Police for FCT, and Ned Nwoko. See that? So we see how that goes. This is a declaration that arrest of the applicant on 24th of February within the premises of the court or the first respondent, blah, blah, blah. All those ones are now legal matter. Don't enter those. So when you enter all those legal matter, you need to be, okay, these are all the lawyers. Oh my God. See all the lawyers that signed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hey, 14 people, oh, now them sign this. This is what it should be. This is what it should be. You see? You see that? An order of his honorable court, first, second, third, and fourth respondent to issue an apology to the applicant to be published in 2 reputable national daily newspapers for the violation of the applicant's fundamental rights as aforementioned. An order of his honorable court, respondent is to pay the sum of 200,000 to 200 million. For say, why did you say 200,000? 200 million only as general and exemplary damages. Example, use it to show example. I like that one. For the violation of the applicant's fundamental rights as aforestated. An order of perpetual injunction. Hey, I like law. Only when they speak English like this. I don't like the other things about law. Except I need them. An order of perpetual injunction restraining the respondents by themselves or their officers or their previews or their agents or anyone acting for them or on their instruction or authorization in relation to this matter from further interfering with or violating the applicant's fundamental rights as aforestated. This is a very, very hard warning to all the hoodlums wey una dey send to come and try to kill Omoyele Sowore. All you people who just form yourself into a nuisance. This court order is to tell you not to come near at all. Commissioner of Police, FCT, what do they call you? Inspector General of Police, Commissioner of FCT Police, and the rest of you. Don't come near Omoyele Showore. So you guys should stay tuned to us. We're going to be bringing you guys every inch of the way of the activities happening tomorrow in court concerning Omoyele Showore's case. We're going to be live to bring you all of that. And then the symposium they're having tomorrow too, immediately after the court, we are going to be bringing you that one live. We are not unaware that the government of Buhari, they are as useless as you can ever imagine. We know they will try some shenanigans. We know they will try some things tomorrow. How do we know? Because they've done it in the past. So we're ready for them. We're going to be looking out for them. But please, I implore you, some things are about to change. We are about to get a breath of fresh air inside the political space. And that's because Showore has declared his intention to run for presidency. Yeah, I'm already saying it like that because when he was in court the other day, he talked about it. And he keeps saying the reason why these people are doing this is because they know I'm going to declare next week. So I think it's safe for me to even say it. You understand? All right, thank you. Someone says, what is the update on Ukraine? Yes, we have been showing videos about Ukraine. We've been publishing things about Ukraine. What I can say is that a lot of our people have crossed over to Poland, to Czech Republic, to Slovakia, and a lot of other places. So if you have somebody and you're trying to get to the person, you can tell me. I have a group that is set up of people who are stakeholders, people who know what is happening. You guys saw the video, the interview I had with the president of the Nigerian students in Russia and Nigerian students in Ukraine and the Nigerian situation in Poland. We all communicate in a WhatsApp group, so I get to see what's going on. Some of them we cannot reveal it in public because it has to do with people's privacy, even though it is a war situation. But we cannot reveal certain things because these guys are maybe a refugee that is still running, or all those kind of things. So, but if you have someone who is trying to get to another, there's somebody who is trying to get to another country to escape the war, and they're confused, they don't know who to call, please quickly get in touch with me and I can give you directions for any of those countries that they're running into. Okay, that's the update I have about the Ukraine war. Someone is asking me, okay, update about Nnamdi Kanu. Sorry, I have some comments that are coming from other social media platforms. So if you don't see the question I'm asking, is because you're not on the platform where they're asking this question. Now, update on our routine visit to our indefatigable client, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at the headquarters of the Department of State Services, Abuja DSS. Today, the 28th day of February 2022, I got this message directly from one of his lawyers. So that's how I know it's authentic. I don't just go ahead and publish everything. This one came directly from his lawyer. In fact, I just got it as I already started this show. It says, our routine court-ordered visit to our indefatigable client was led by the distinguished senior advocate of Nigeria, Professor Chief Mike Ozekome San, who is also the lead counsel in Onyendo Nnamdi Kanu's case. Our esteemed team of lawyers, listen, this is coming from the lawyers themselves, because right now I'm talking to IPOB lovers, sympathizers, followers, members. Listen very carefully. This is coming from Barrister Joffa himself. He texted this to me. Our esteemed team of lawyers comprising of Leonard Silk, myself, and Barrister Aloy Ejimako So comprised of uh, Professor Chief Mike Ozekoma, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Barrister Ejiofor, and Barrister Aloy Ejimako. Three of them were all cleared most promptly upon arrival and consequently allowed to proceed with the business of the day to pay Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a visit as his lawyers. We were immediately ushered into the room designated for the visit. All the protocol were duly observed as we willingly submitted ourselves to the same in line with the DSS stipulated routine guidelines. We waited until minutes turned into an hour and there was no signal that we would have Onyendu brought to us. That's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Consequently, the erudite Silk leading our team raised an alarm and demanded to have the attention of DSS superiors for explanation on why a court-ordered visit, which ordinarily should not extend beyond 2 hours, was taking almost 1.5 hour waiting time. With no hope of meeting with Onyendu, following the stout protest by the erudite Silk, we were consequently brought in to meet with some superior officers at a meeting where all superior personnel connected with the matter were invited. Far-reaching contacts were made to establish the fact that our client, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was presumably protesting the previous 3 visits which were aborted by the DSS. Far-reaching contacts were made to establish the fact. All efforts made to move the visit to his very location of detention were not granted by the DSS, as they insisted that our request ran contrary to their procedure and guidelines. Effort is presently being intensified to pacify Onyendu to have one-on-one discussion with his legal team to enable us brief him on legal steps. We may be compelled to take measures to be adopted to assure him that there are legal consequences for flagrant violations of court orders by the DSS. We are quite hopeful that this needless impasse will be resolved between now and tomorrow morning to enable the legal team led by Chief Ozekome to conduct the visit tomorrow. That has so far been assured us. We can authoritatively confirm to you that at this stage that Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very much alive and still being detained at the facility of the State Security Service DSS National Headquarters, Abuja. We shall continue to keep you updated on matters connected with this visit to our indefatigable client, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and any other compelling attendant concerns, any other compelling attendant concerns thereto. Thank you all, Umu Chineke, and remain blessed. Signed, Sir Ifeanyi Ejiofor Esquire, IPOB Lead Counsel, 28th February 2022. Okay. So just to let you guys know, Ifeanyi Ejiofor still uses the nomenclature lead counsel for IPOB, the organization, while Professor Chief Mike Ozekome's son has the nomenclature of lead counsel in Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. So as it is, Ozekome is not, that's my understanding, is not acting on all the cases that IPOB has. He's brought in to act on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So don't get things mixed up, okay? This is a sensitive period where we must all bind together. Injustice to one is injustice to another, okay? Somebody say he heard Putin threaten Nigeria. Please send me the video. I've been Putin Nigeria. Is Nigeria should Nigeria? You see, it's just like I don't even know Putin talking about Nigeria. Will he It will be very, very interesting. Please, somebody send me the video. I've not seen. I've been monitoring this since yesterday night. Maybe I omitted that. I was listening to the United Nations uh, General Assembly sitting, the emergency sitting. So I wasn't monitoring it 20. I wasn't monitoring it all the time. Okay, I wasn't monitoring it 24/7. Although we had a video running 24 hours on our channel called Black Canadian. You know, we have so many channels. There's one they call Black Canadian. We were running 24 hours on that Black Canadian. And so I'll have to check on that one to see what's going on. Okay. But for all we know, we just know that a lot of people have crossed over. A lot of people are doing good. I can play you some of the videos about what is going on with some of our people. I mean, to just confirm that it is our people. You can hear some of them even speaking languages that you will recognize. That's how you can tell that these for real people. Let me play this one of our people stranded in Ukraine. Okay, just to show you. And there's so many videos of them. But go to our channel. If you go to our channel, you will see a lot. You'll see a lot of videos there about what people are facing. And they are just facing this because of how useless the country is. If our country was doing what they were supposed to do, what would we be doing in Slovakia, in Romania, and all of those places? We will not be doing that. But we are now in those countries like beggars. Listen, mostly students. Okay, I can't even hear the audio. I can't hear the audio on this one. Okay, there's no audio. I'm going to stop sharing. There's no audio on this one. There's no audio on this. I don't know why there's no audio. But so many of our people. Let me show you the latest videos that we have. Let me see. These are the people who arrived Hungary. These ones arrived Hungary. Let me show you a video of them arriving. Okay, the video for that one starts halfway. Okay, Yemi Oluwa, you send me the video. Good. I'm going to go play that video now. Yemi Oluwa, thank you so much. He said that Putin was warning Buhari. I hope it's a recent video. Okay, let's go. Because somebody's talking about fake. Okay, let's hear this one and analyze it and make sure that it is for real. Okay, let me play this one that you sent me, brother. I'm gonna play it, and then we'll see what he's saying there.
Еще раз обращаюсь к военнослужащим вооруженных сил Украины.
So let me make myself clear to African leaders about Ukraine. Let me be sure that you're hearing me. Yeah. Okay, let me go back.
Не позволяйте неонацистам и бендерам.
So what Russia does to Ukraine is none of your business. Instead of tweeting about Russia and Ukraine, why don't you solve your continent's problems?
Использовать ваших детей, ваших жен и стариков в качестве живого щита. Берите власть.
If I should read anything about Russia from any African leader, I would immediately nuke that country. I will start with Nigeria. No. I don't.
Свои руки. Похоже, нам с вами будет легче договориться, чем с этой шайкой наркоманов и неонацистов, которая засела в Киеве и взяла в заложники.
No, no, no,
Еще
no,
раз обращаюсь к
no,
военнослужащим.
no. I don't think this is for real now. How about? I don't think this is real. You know, when we get this, it says you're stupid. Let's see people's comments. It's propaganda. That's not what he was saying. You see, waiting to talk the wait for. No, 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 no. This is not true now. Yeah, it has to be in English. It doesn't have time for you. It doesn't have time for you. See, I just normally I will not play this I will not play this video on air. Okay. But I just wanted to play it. I don't think it's true. It's not true. MTC Cento says, Mr. Chidi, has AAC issue been resolved yet? AAC issue has not been fully resolved. Okay, we're in court, but we know it is the government that is doing whatever is happening to AAC party. So we're in court. Even Sowore, who is telling you that he plans to run, you'll be wondering, how can he run when he is in prison? The same way you'll be hearing that Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for Biafra. And you say, oh, he's already in prison now, so that's the end of the Biafra struggle. That's what these people want. That is their hope. Their hope is that once they do that to the leader of the group, then that is the end. But we're not giving up. So the AAC matter is in court. Okay, we are waiting for judgment. They've just been postponed. The last time they came and they were begging twice. The last time Showunmi was arrested, it was at the hearing of the AAC case. They didn't have anything. Leonard and INEC, government side, joining together, and their lawyer was pleading, sorry, give us time. We didn't have time. This, that. Do you understand? So that's where we stand with AAC case. But we are hopeful for a good resolution. The court does not have jurisdiction in internal party affairs. The only reason why you see the court and the government and INEC interfering with AAC is because the government is interested. It's because of Omoyele Sowore. It's simple and short. Leonard was bought by Wike to come and do all this nonsense that you're doing. See, why is it only AAC that they are interested? It's AAC that should not. Now they are panicking. They are pursuing Sowore anyhow. He should not even declare. Don't let him declare anything. You have to do. I don't know what they convinced Ned Nwoko that all of us. Doesn't this sound funny to you? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ned Nwoko has petition against Sowore, just like that. Just like that. They just want to silence everybody. So the only person we're talking about is Tinubu. Like joke. He'll go and say, how can we support Sowore campaign again? Don't worry, just relax. In this week, he has already said he's going to make it official. As soon as he declares, you're now going to see things begin to happen. There will be a new way of doing things. Remember, Nigeria is just waiting, like we did in 2019. When we came out, that's when we digitalized everything. The method of campaign, the method of raising, that's the first time a party was raising money online. No money bags, no whatever. They just raised their money straight from ordinary members. That's what you're going to see again. But we don't know. Like I said, we're just following things one by one. Nobody knows what will happen. But the thing we can promise you is that we're not going to sit down, fold our arms, and watch these people run the whole place. Let me tell you, the more you allow them, look, Igbo people talk, say, if you're struggling with somebody, arguing over land, fighting over land, the person that is cultivating the land, he'll be showing his land, though, while people are still arguing. The land will be, the crops that he sowed there will grow. He will harvest it. You are still talking. Do you understand? So this political thing, as we are still just talking and telling them that maybe election will hold, maybe election will not hold, they are positioning themselves. They are doing whatever they are doing. You will now go and argue, and when you are not able to argue, the next thing is they have won. Is that what we want? That's not really what we want. That's why we're engaging them on all sides. I don't know if someone is calling into the show. If you're calling into the show, let me know. But if not, I wasn't expecting any calls today. So that's my program for you guys today. Let's not let people like Tinubu determine for us which way things should go. In fact, I'm not even going to put this picture again. This is the picture that I want you to remember. Omoyele Showore, he represents the younger generation of Nigeria. I encourage any other person who is young and vibrant and you think you can stand these people, come out. Don't be afraid. Come out. Let's see you. Okay? So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to start. Someone's asking me, um, uh, am I going to run? Let's finish with Showore first. Then we'll decide if I'm going to run. But thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to see you guys in our next video. Please, please, please make sure you subscribe. There are so many channels that we're promoting. Subscribe to even TIB, Take It Back Movement. We have a channel right now. So make sure you subscribe to Take It Back Movement channel. There's going to be a lot of feeds that will be coming from that channel. Of course, we still have Worship Media, WMTV, and we also have Black Canadian. Subscribe to all of these channels because we focus on different things, okay? And there's going to be more as the days go by and everybody unfolds their plans. All right? God bless all of you on behalf of Dr. Erica and every member of our crew, anybody that helps us in any way that they help us. My name is Dr. Chidi. I love you guys. And